Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're back with another Preacher review, this time reviewing Preacher Season 1, Episode 3, titled The Possibilities. If you haven't seen it yet, and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. I am absolutely loving Preacher so far. I really like that it is very dissimilar from the comics.
Yeah.
The comics are great. The show is really good too, and I like that that it's different.
Yeah. It works. Like, sometimes when they make it different, it's frustrating because it doesn't work. This year, it totally works. Like, it's a completely new experience because it is so different.
And the thing is, if you're gonna adapt a comic book or a novel to a television show or a film, it's okay if it's different, as long as it's as good or better. And this definitely fits that.
Yes.
It's as good. I'm not gonna call it better because the comic is really good.
But it's just as good as the comic, yeah.
What I particularly loved about this episode is we're now seeing kind of the ramifications of Jesse using his power.
Yeah, like at first, it's kind of a joke, so much so that when he tells Cassidy, he's like, hop and do this, hop and do that, box faster, fly, like,
fly, and he jumps into the water.
Yeah, it's like a
boom.
big joke to him, like, look what I can do, this is awesome.
Yeah. And what I really expected, when he told the girl in the coma last episode to open her eyes, and she did, I'm like, okay, now she's not going to close them, and it's going to be a problem because she's her eyes are just going to be open and she's never going to blink, and that's bad for your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I figured something like that was going to happen, like it was going to be a double-edged sword. I'm still waiting for that.
Yes, yeah, it's not too late to address that.
Like, also last episode, he told the bus driver to forget about this girl that he was obsessing over. And he did. He completely forgot her. When she got on the bus, he's like, hey, is this your first day? And they're like, you weirdo. She's been
like,
on your bus for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the impact that his power is having on the town around him.
Yes, and we're also kind of seeing how it's impacting him. Like I said in the beginning, it starts off as a joke when he tells Cassidy. But then later, when he's in the bathroom, and I believe the guy's name was Dan, the father he beat up in the bar last episode, he comes in and he's going to shoot him, and he basically he gets him to where it looks like he's going to commit suicide, and then it's like it hits him all of a sudden, like the responsibility of having this power, and he stops there. He stops himself, and he's like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, and so that epiphany that he had, he actually abandons his mission with Petunia to get revenge on their former partner in crime.
Yeah.
So it looks like now that he is kind of self-aware that he has this ability, it looks like he's going to try to really use it for good and consciously not let it get the better of him and influence his decision-making into spur-of-the-moment impulse decisions.
Yeah.
So he did almost make Dan kill himself.
Yes.
And Dan, he's already in this episode, he was out to get Jesse.
Yes. And now this happens to him, and he's let go. So
he has further motivation to get Jesse in some way, although he's also afraid of Jesse.
Yes.
But there's also those two angelic bounty hunters trying to get the ability, whatever is inside Jesse, out and keep it contained.
Yes. And Cassidy is kind of now sort of helping them, maybe, or at least he's just not trying to actively kill them anymore.
Yeah.
He's killed them twice, and then the third time they come in, he's like, what the heck? I've killed you! Stay dead! How are you doing this?
Clones. Things are clones.
Yes. So they explain it to him, and so now he's like, oh, okay, whatever, you're trying to get this back. Okay, that's fine. I think, though, that they've left out a part. It feels like to me that in order to take this thing out of him, Jesse's going to die, and I don't think Cassidy's going to be okay with that.
I also don't think Cassidy is really going to help them get it out of Jesse.
Yeah,
because Cassidy thought it was so cool, and he's like, that's awesome. Do you realize what you can do?
Yeah.
And so I think Cassidy is kind of playing them a little bit.
Yeah, and like I didn't get the impression that Cassidy wanted to help them. It was more of he's no longer going to actively try to kill them like he has been. Like every time he sees them, he just goes and kills them. And I think he's going to stop doing that. But yeah, that's about where that.
And he did, tell them that he's like, hey, he's not just going to give it up to you. Let me talk to him because he's more likely to listen to me than he is to you, blah, blah, blah. I think that was just Cassidy getting them to go away for now. Buying time, basically. He's stalling.
Yes, yeah.
All in all, I thought this was a great episode. I'm absolutely in love with this show. The casting from top to bottom is absolutely perfect.
Yes, great casting.
Yeah. I really hope here in the near future we get more of Arseface. That's the only thing I would say that I'm not getting that I want from the show.
Yeah, he's barely been in it, and even when he's in, it's only for like a couple of minutes in a scene, and he's not even really the main focus. And I want more Arseface.
Yeah, Arseface is one of my favorite characters from the comics, and I like what they've done with him so far as just the prosthetics and everything.
Yeah,
he looks great.
Yeah, he looks amazing because. Yeah. When we were reading it and we heard it was going to be a show, we were like, how are they going to do Arseface? Yeah. Like, and they've pulled it off beautifully. I love it. But yeah, I'd like to see more of him.
Even they have the subtitles when Arseface is talking. They have the subtitles down below, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because of the way his face is, you almost can't understand what he says.
Yeah.
And like in the comic, I don't think they have a subtitle or anything in there. You just kind of have to read it and then read it again and try and figure out what he's saying.
Yeah.
I love the way they're doing Arseface, though. And overall, this show is great. Yes. If you're not watching Preacher, you really need to give it a shot. It's an absolutely phenomenal show. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's it for this video. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.